Okay, look. I know. A lot of you guys are probably wondering the same question as me. Where has she been? What has she been doing? Where did she go? She's back. I'm about to go pick her up from the airport. She's back. She's back and she's better. Way better. You know what I'm gonna try? Ooh, am I a rebel girl? Hi, bye. One sec. Hey. So I'm trying to think to myself. Alright.
That's a good question.
That's what I'm asking.
10,306 scientists to confirm over 97% of climate scientists agree, and over 97% of the scientific articles find that global warming is real and largely caused by humans.
Right.
So my question to you is, if you want to step outside of the scientific consensus, which is vast and involves 10,306 scientists, and just say, I don't believe in it, even if you're right, you don't have enough information to say that.
Right. No, but that's what I said. That's the whole point.
But you're saying you don't believe it.
I would have to have someone sit down and convince me that it was real. I personally don't believe it. That's okay.
But why?
It's good to start at a place of not believing something.
No, it's not.
You think you should start with believing everything?
No, it's not believe either or. Not believe yes, not believe no.
Yeah.
But don't say you don't believe climate science is.
But that's exactly what an opinion is. I'm not going, like I said, if you said that, Candace, you went on to 10,000 college campuses and you said that global warming wasn't real, then we'd have a problem. You and I just having a conversation.
Yeah, but why have an opinion on something that you don't have data about? This is my question. Like, I don't necessarily have an opinion on climate science. I really don't. Because I don't know much about it. But what I do know is that what I've read is that the vast majority of people who study it are in agreement that human beings are affecting it.
But it was essentially just noting that in a lot of these studies, like when you go and if we had time to sit down and really pull this up, they're polling, 10,000 scientists that are within a community that is like these .orgs. Do you believe in everything that MediaMatters.org puts out for statistics? Right, that's a political arm of the Democratic Party.
Talking about a different subject.
I know, but
politics versus science.
But this has been politicized. That's the thing.
Science has been politicized.
Yes, to believe that global warming was something that was going to wipe out the world. Now,
scientists get funded. That is a fact.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean that the funding affects the scientific research and the data, which they all agree on. And this warm is because human beings. That the only reason why the climate isn't totally static for the rest of eternity is because of human beings. What they're saying is doing it because we have poor technology and we use coal and fossil fuels and emissions. And this is something that you can look at. You can look at the data and don't believe it.
I said I don't believe it. And then you asked me, and I said this wouldn't be the hill I chose to die on because I don't
why
follow
you
it.
say you don't believe in it?
Because I just personally, if you...
How about not have a belief until you really have
Okay, so you would prefer if my language...
I love fucking losing. I do, laughy guy. You're part of a generation that was protected from losing. You need to break the fuck out of it. You got your perspective. I just want to be happy. Don't you want to be happy? Thank you, Brizzy. How are you guys? Awesome. Thank you so much. Josh Withers, I saw your tweets. I'm sorry. I got love for you. Anyway, please sit. Let's get into this. So I asked them to flip the format. So instead of 40-minute keynote, 20 Q&A, I've decided to go 20-minute keynote, 40 Q&A. The mics are lined up in the corners there. I highly recommend you get up now and start lining up so that you get your question, because 80% of the people didn't get their question in Sydney. So if you want a Q&A, that's where those are. Please try not to block the people. So real quick, I've been thinking a lot about a couple things. And during an interview today, something kind of populated in my mind that really stood out that I want to start with, which is I've come to realize that so much is working for me because on paper, so much did not work for me as a child. When you're born in a different country and you move and you immigrate, there's always going to be struggles within that. And so I was born in the Soviet Union. We came to the US when I was 3, and I lived in a studio apartment with multiple family members. It was not glamorous. I had to learn the language, and at 4 and 5 years old, got picked on quite a bit for not being able to speak English. I was an all-time atrocious student, which meant my teachers and the parents of my best friends basically shit on me and told me I wouldn't be successful. I was not ridiculously physically gifted for athletics, so I wasn't dominating in sports. And so when I think about what makes me happy, forget about financially successful, because to be very frank, something that I've decided I'm going to spend the next 80 years of my life on is I genuinely think as a society, we have to redefine success and dramatically start downplaying money and start playing up happiness. I appreciate that, and I really mean it, by the way. No question to me, one of the reasons I think I'm a successful entrepreneur is because I love the game, not the trophies that come from winning the game. And I think that a lot of people are chasing money because they want to buy shit to conceal insecurities and unhappiness because we're so worried about judgment from everybody else or to prove to everybody else we're winning, and it's completely fucked, and we need to completely transform it. And I'm thinking a lot about that. But on that note, all that losing as a kid made me not fear it. The enormous reason, I'm gonna rant for another 50 seconds and tell you to produce an ungodly amount of content on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, podcast. I will rant and I will push and I will prod and I'll come up with 4 classic analogies and 2 new ones because I love improv, and I'm gonna basically try to will down your fucking throat the thought that you need to put out pictures, video, and written word on the internet, on this device, at scale, because the fact that we get to be humans during this internet era where you get to post shit for free and get free distribution, and yes, eventually the organic reach of the algorithm goes down and everybody fucking cries about it, but let me remind all of you, it's fucking free. I will sit here and pound that message down your throat. I will talk about self-awareness, how you have to be good and figure out what you're good at. Are you comfortable in front of a camera? No, no big deal. Audio clip it. Great, you're not good at that? Right. I don't care how you do it. I definitely don't think you should do it like I do it. I do it my way. But if you are not producing content around your business or whatever you're trying to achieve by being here, you are in a place where you will continue to lose leverage, while the person that does produce content for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, they will continue to gain leverage. It's as simple as that. Everything that has happened in society around the human race over the last forever years has been predicated on communication. Everything that you're talking about in your life, parenting, politics, business, entertainment, is completely predicated on contextual, contemporary communication. And I have really nothing else to say. I can literally fucking leave the stage right now and feel good. I mean that. I couldn't be more passionate around getting everybody to understand that wherever we go with the Q&A right now, it's all gonna lead to one thing, which is, do you understand yourself and what you're trying to achieve? Are you in a place where you've actually started the process of not worrying about what your parents or your friends or your spouse thinks about you? And once you get into that good place, you will not fear to post content on. I do not fear posting content of me taking you know, a Saturday and garage sailing and buying something for $4 and selling it for $8 and having enormous joy in that, even though hundreds of comments on YouTube are, well, you lost money because of fuel and time. I don't give a fuck, Larry. I do not fear about putting out the content that I will put over the next month about everybody should invest in sports cards because I think I'm right, and I don't care if you think I'm stupid or it's a waste of time. You can only start communicating and getting results for your business when you believe. The amount of people sitting in this room that actually don't believe in the shit they sell is devastating. You're selling it because you want money. You know how many people right now are a cannabis and cryptocurrency expert, and 5 minutes ago they were a social media expert, and a week ago they were a fucking real estate expert? You're fucking chasing. And I don't think that's a good strategy. There is nothing passive about building wealth. There is no fucking system. There's no fucking shortcut. It's a fucking marathon. I fucking worked every day for 15 years before I put out a piece of content in my life. You're not getting there quick. Nobody's fucking inventing Uber in this fucking room. We need to quantify what's happening here. And what's happening here is we are ridiculously lucky to be living right now because our grandparents didn't have the ability to have the internet in their pocket. This computer that I'm holding in my hands is more powerful than the computer that Ronald Reagan had running America in the 80s. That is insanity. We have completely not contextualized the opportunity. The other thing that we have not contextualized is time. If there's been any breakthrough in my mind over the last half decade, it's, oh shit, my ability to contextualize time slightly better than the masses is why I'm so happy. Of course I can be patient when I think 43 is young as fuck. You know how many people are sitting here at 28 fucking nervous as shit thinking they missed their moment? We need to contextualize time. When you start thinking in long terms, I mean, how many people under 40 in this room? Raise your hand. When you realize that you're gonna live 2 more full lives, 2 more, what you've just lived up to this moment, that you're gonna do that 2 more full times, all of a sudden, not getting results tomorrow feels a little bit more palpable. We lack patience. We lack patience, which leads to shit behavior because you're looking for a quick score. It's the same old shit. Business is no different than fitness. Business is no different than fitness. You want to get more fit? Eat healthy and work out. But nobody wants to fucking do it because fucking chocolate and sleeping in is fun. And celery and fucking treadmills suck shit. The reason so many people don't like my content is I've got no fucking quick move for you.
Well, what did I tell you? She's back and she's better. And she came with a fall look. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Where did she go? Right? Yeah, she's been found. So I really hope that you enjoy this look. I hope you enjoyed the makeup. It's a little bit fall inspired. I will leave the link to the shirt in the description. I have some really exciting news for you guys regarding some clothes. I really wanted to do a fall clothing haul, and I have some really exciting news because the clothing little collection is actually something that a really close friend of mine and I created. If you guys remember my friend from Czech Republic, Laska, and we did the collaboration last time when she sent me some pieces that she had previously made herself. We wanted to kind of get together and create something that was really fun. It's vegan inspired, plant-based. It's 100% ethnical clothing, which is going to be very important, especially in this, you know, it's a fast fashion industry. So I think it's really important to also pay attention to how we're helping the environment with what we wear and our bodies. So I have some really exciting news and a really exciting lookbook planned. I've been waiting to do this for so long. It's just, when you're in a funk, you're in a funk. But when you gotta get out of one, you gotta get out of one. So thank you again for taking the time to watch this. And if you recreate this look, why don't you go ahead and tag me or send it to me. And yeah, have an amazing day. And don't let anybody harsh your mellow.